I think we're good to get started here. So welcome, thanks for coming. This session is titled Automating Cloud Security and Compliance for a Competitive Edge. My name's Rick Lefort. I'm with BMC Software. And BMC, by the way, is located in booth 431 over in the Data and AI section over here. So please stop by and see us this week to see some of the solutions we're showcasing, besides the one you'll see today. All right, so this session is primarily a demonstration of TrueSight Cloud Security. TrueSight Cloud Security is BMC's new SaaS solution for automating cloud security and compliance. I'm just going to show 4 slides to kind of tee up and set the context for what drove us to build this solution for our customers. I'll do a demo, and then if there's any questions, you can come see me right after the session or just come down to the booth. Again, it's 431. All right, so let's jump into these 4 slides real quick before we do the demo. All right, so first of all, let's look at some of the statistics. Enterprises are clearly embracing public clouds for the agility and the speed they offer to help them on their digital transformations. This is a big thing that BMC's been in the business of for several years. In fact, the IDC expects that companies will spend about $160 billion this year on public clouds. Unfortunately, the bad guys have followed suit, and they are also on the public clouds. The IBM survey suggests that the survey was done earlier this year. It was for 2017, but cloud security breaches have spiked some 424% due to misconfigured cloud resources over that period of time. That equates to about 2 billion public cloud records that have been exposed. And it's not on the slide, but this is, I think this equates to about 70% of all the security breaches were in the cloud. So not surprisingly, as part of the survey, 77% of the enterprises surveyed said that cloud security is their top challenge. So on the far right over there, if we look at containers, so despite the security challenges with public clouds, we're seeing enterprises still adopting new technologies like containers for the productivity and agility that they also offer. Docker usage is up significantly, 40%. Container orchestration through Kubernetes, which seems to have won the war, is up 93%. And just like public clouds, container security is also a challenge as well. And then to top it off, finally, in the middle, cybersecurity talent is scarce. The U.S. Department of Labor reports that through 2020, there's going to be a shortage of about 1.5 million cybersecurity jobs. So that'll be 1.5 million jobs that will go unfilled. So basically, to sum this up, we're seeing enterprises obviously adopting public clouds, including Azure, DevOps, and containers. They're doing this to be agile and to be able to compete, but at the same time, security and risk is a huge challenge so that they can stay out of the news. All right, so one more statistics here before we get into some of the details on this slide. Gartner says that 95% of all the cloud breaches will be the customer's fault. So why is that? I don't imagine there's a lot of people in this room that would that are not capable of configuring their cloud environment. So in general, the problem is because the velocity and scope of multi-cloud security is just beyond human scale. It's just too big. And if you look at this slide here, so if you take an example cloud service, and this is built out a little bit, but if you take an example cloud service, and this could be on Azure or any public cloud, you've got various networking components and load balancers, for example. You've got VMs and containers or clusters of VMs. You've got various application services out there. You've got short and long-term storage, caches, databases, and so on. Now, if you take that single service and you consider that there's hundreds, or we've talked to customers that have thousands of these services out there, and the accompanying cloud resources that have to be configured to make these services work, you get an idea of the scale. So now let's say you've got all these services and resources to configure. If you could, how would you do it? How would you do it? So looking at the left side of the slide here, so you might break open a standard like those from the Center for Internet Security. You'd have to read the standard. You'd have to read it for understanding, and then implement that standard. Of course, you've got to test it, make sure it's going to work, and make sure you don't make any mistakes. And you have to do that for every single resource out there across all your cloud environments. But it doesn't stop there. Most of the companies we talk to have their own policies as well. So you've got to implement your own policies too, not just the ones based on standards. And then on the right, so if you consider, so that's a service or hundreds or thousands of services, lots of standards, your own custom policies, and there's not just one account. You've got multiple accounts. You've got dev, test, QA, and again, like many of our customers, you're probably on more than one public cloud platform too. So you get the picture here. As you add more and more components, there's just more and more to check, and one mistake, and you could end up in the news. So cloud security is tough, and our part of the shared responsibility model of cloud security is hard, and the struggle is real. There's no denying it. Like I said, there's multiple cloud platforms, numerous apps, accounts, countless cloud resources to configure, and you've got to configure them accurately. So for enterprises to reap the benefits of cloud security and containers and these sorts of things, these sorts of new technologies, they've got to be able to configure these things securely and consistently, and hopefully do that based on standards. They must be able to secure containers at multiple levels, and when we say multiple levels, we're talking about all the way from the host all the way up through daemon, image, container, cluster levels. And then finally, because of the scope and the scale required here, hopefully you do that in an automated way. So these are the drivers and requirements that led BMC to build TrueSight Cloud Security for our customers. TrueSight Cloud Security is a SaaS solution. It has automated scanning and remediation capabilities to manage cloud resource configurations consistently, securely, and with an audit trail. It's got automated and on-demand scans of environments to provide a comprehensive and up-to-date view of your cloud security and compliance posture. It's got automated and built-in remediation, so essentially to remove the manpower bottleneck to close the security and compliance gaps quickly. And because the solution is a SaaS-based solution, it's easy to get started. Customers can see value literally in about 5 minutes. You connect your accounts, which I'll show you here in a second, scan the resources in that account, assess the criticality of the violations, and then remediate those resources as needed. So last slide here, I wanted to stick this in before I went to the demo, because otherwise I might forget to come back to it. The solution has a built-in trial mechanism in it, so I would encourage you, if you're interested in this, to go out to the BMC website. The product page is BMC TrueSight Cloud Security. Right in the middle of the page is a big button that says Take the Trial. Jump on and take the trial. It's a 14-day, no-obligation trial. You can kick the tires. You'll plug in what we call connectors to connect to your environment and see your own data, your own security posture within minutes. So give it a shot. All right, so let's jump over to the demo. Here we go. All right, so like I mentioned, the solution's the SaaS-based solution, so I'm just going to log in with my demo user here. Maybe. There we go. So when you first log into the solution, you're presented immediately with a dashboard, and this is a comprehensive view of your cloud security posture for all the environments that you've got connected to the solution. So what you're seeing here is the total number of resources that we've scanned in the environment. How many are non-compliant? You've got a count and a percentage. How many are compliant? Some may be indeterminate here. And then you can see how you're trending on the right, your compliance trend, if you're making progress against the vulnerabilities in your environment. We also can break down this information down here in the lower left. We can look at this based on violations by severity and age. So in this environment, I've got a number of violations here, and you can see some are critical, some are high, so those might be very concerning to you. We can also break this down by resource types and the age, how long the violation's been out there. And what this data here on this screen can also be exported, by the way, if you like, if you need to send this to somebody to another department, for example, to show what's going on in the environment. But what makes this really cool is this dashboard is actionable, and so are some of the other screens, so that you can find what you're looking for quickly and act on it in just a few clicks of the mouse. So let's say, for example, it's Friday afternoon, you're a security operator at your company, and maybe you've got a concern or you've heard about a cloud security breach or something that's going on. So what you could do, log in here, and let's say I want to filter this down to my Azure connector. So these connectors here are the mechanism that we use to communicate with your environments. So we communicate with Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, with I mentioned your container and Kubernetes environments, your DevOps environments. So the way we do that is we scan these environments, and then we pull in that data and analyze it against compliance policies. The policies basically that we've codified against the CIS standards. So again, it's Friday afternoon, you've got a concern. I can come in here and click Azure. So in my Azure environment, I've got a total of 10 resources. 10 happen to be non-compliant. So now I can drill down a little further and see what these 10 resources are that are non-compliant. So in this environment, this is a resource details view of what I have in Azure. You can see I've got a scan date, when these were last scanned. They were scanned today. The resource name details about where that resource is, what it's called, the type of resource, and the policies that these resources run against. So let's just say I'm concerned about Azure subscription level details. So here's my Azure subscription. Clicking in, I get a little bit more detail. And by the way, I think I'm on my third mouse click here. So I can get a compliance history of this. In this case, it's an Azure subscription. I've got details across the top. I've got some 30 days that it's been non-compliant. So what I can do here is this screen provides the rules that make up the the CIS Azure benchmark subscription policy. So I could take a rule, for example. Let's expand these a little bit. And I can take a rule and expand the rule and look at the conditions that cause this rule to fail in my environment. So when we scanned it and compared against the Azure subscription policy, I can look at the exact conditions would cause this rule to fail. And in this case, this is a simple example, but basically the recommendation for this rule is off when it should be on. So it's a very simple case. But here's the beauty of the solution. Let's say I want to go remediate. I'll turn security or system updates on in this environment for this subscription. Let's say I want disk encryption should be on, and let's turn on 2 more firewalls, for example. So I'll turn these on and hit the remediate button. So what's happening is programmatically, TrueSight Cloud Security is reaching out to the Azure account that we're pointing at here to remediate those particular rules in the environment. So it'll go out, it'll do whatever's basically in the policy for the remediation actions to shut these things down. In this case, it's flipping a switch, but I think you get the idea. So if I just switch over to my Azure policy here, which I must have logged out. And for this, this particular policy and rule is located under Security Center, Security Policy, and then under my subscription. I didn't show you this previously, but basically Cloud Security has gone in and flipped the bit here to turn these on for system updates, data encryption, and web application firewalls and next-gen firewalls. So it's gone out and programmatically done that. Now, if I switch back to Cloud Security, and the piece I haven't shown you yet is the connector piece. But here's my Azure connector. Connectors can run either on demand when I want it to run, or they can run on a scheduled basis. So you get the idea. These things could run as often as you need. If you're pointing at a production account, you might run it more frequently. If you're pointing at, say, a dev test, maybe you'll run it weekly or bi-weekly. But anyhow, this connector is running on demand, so I'm going to click Evaluate Now, and it's going to go rescan my Azure account. And within a few minutes, if I hit the back button here, I could come in through the dashboard again too, but just for ease of use, if I come back in here and look at my non-compliant rules, these will, within a few seconds, show up as compliant, and they'll also, there we go. Let me find them. Yeah, so the if you caught it, I had remediated the system updates, the disk encryption, and the firewall rules. They're down here, 8 and 9. Yeah, 8 and 9. So these are now compliant. These rules have gone compliant. We've rescanned the account, and now they're showing up, and therefore they'll come off the dashboard, and so you'll have that many less vulnerabilities. I think we're about up on time, but let me just show you one more type of use case. So let's say I'm interested in, I've got Azure resources. I can filter these down to, let's say I'm only interested in network security groups. And I want to take a different tact here. Rather than looking at the resource, I want to look at the violations. So here I've got 2 network security group resources, 2 are non-compliant, and I can see that I've got 4 high violations here. So I can drill in through here, which takes me to same data, but a little slightly different view. This is the violation that's being, that's non-compliant. In this case, the one that catches my eye here is this CIS Rules 6.1 that says RDP access shouldn't be open from the internet. Of course, clearly that could be bad. So I can drill in and see which resources are being affected by that. I've got an application called AZWin here. And then again, I could click this particular resource for this rule and remediate it. And it'll go out to Azure, find that virtual machine and the network security group tied to that machine, and close down that RDP access just like that. So that about does it for me. Again, if you have questions or want a deeper dive, please stop by the booth, BMC booth 431 down here. Be happy to show you some more. Just look for me or another gentleman down there, Mike. Glad to help you, show you more. Okay? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.